tomorrow, no, not tomorrow, tomorrow's Sunday, Monday, Rosie is going to be working with Parish Council, not discerning, but determining what that process is going to be for the Parish Council to make a decision regarding the options and what recommendation to move forward with Bishop Malachi. I was the survey fairy. We are also going to have this put in the bulletin. Someone shared a couple weeks ago that this is awesome. They're planning on being at this presentation, but they want time to sit and reflect and pray what they want to do. So that is why we created this survey. So it's not something you have to go home and do tonight. You can go home in 2 weeks. We don't have one for every single person. It goes to your phone. We are going to put it in the bulletin. We are going to try to get on the website where there's a link. What we have for you right now is a QR code. So you just use your phone on your camera phone and click on the link and fill it out. You do not have to do it today, though. The results of these half sheets and the survey are going to be shared with council members. Well, I think the most, my favorite idea from the work group came during a listening session, and it was from listening to the people I was sitting with. On January 14th and 15th, that weekend, we will have, I don't know, coffee hour is the right word. It's not going to be meatballs and chili, though. It will be something really snacky. But parish council members will be available if you have questions, concerns, or there's some insight you would like to share. They'll also be available after 10 o'clock Mass that day. And then we do not have a date, but our hope is by the middle of February, council is going to be ready to make a recommendation, and that will be shared with all of us as well. And then Bishop Malachi is the person who's going to ultimately decide which of these options. Now, I said these options, but we were really intentional. I'm going to go all the way back. When we created this logo, because it's like north, south, east, west, but do you have to walk due north? No, you can go off the beaten path. I noticed today we already were going off some paths, but that's okay. But it could be a hybrid, like Pat said at the beginning. So, you know, I don't want to say we're not confined by these 4 specific choices. We intentionally, so a lot of the questions we've been asked, we honestly don't have the answers for off the top of our head. So we intentionally did not put a question and answer component into today, but that is why we put it on the half sheets. We want to know what your questions and concerns are, because that's going to help us and council inform a better decision. But we want to close with prayer. There we go. And we're going to pray the strategic planning prayer. So if we can all together. Gracious God, we are your people, embraced by your love through all times. We come to you now as members of St. Malachi Parish, as we join together in love and service of your people. We ask you to fill us with new life, your life given for us. In the Eucharist we celebrate and share. Liberate us from all that keeps us from you. Awaken us to the sacred. Transform us to live your word more profoundly. Open us to appreciate your presence in each other. Guide our efforts to work together. Nurture our relationships. Enliven us in the celebration and sharing of our gifts. Fill us with grace to recreate our world and restore justice. Fill us with joy to celebrate the fullness of life. Empower us to make our parish a true community of faith, hope, and love. always growing in your love. Amen.
Kathy, we probably need one last slide for tonight, and that is we can't all be together and have had such a great week at Catholic this past Tuesday without thanking the diocese got it right when they gave us the prize.
Therese Mullins is going to be collecting the half sheets. So please, before you leave, if you leave your thoughts with us. And we're definitely grateful for you being here tonight.
Thank you, worker. Thank you, Kathy.
Can you